1984 Yamaha Venture. Fork seals aren't leaking. There's the rub. Right there, Lyle, where she fell over. Someone had backed into it. Kurikan highway pegs. As you can see, if you can see in the light, the clear coat peel there. And it seems to be just on that panel itself and a little bit on this side on the fairing, if you can see that. Saddlebag, there's some clear coat peel on the saddlebag also on the right hand side. There's the exhaust there. If you had any questions about it, you can see how it flows together, nice chrome. It hasn't been bastardized at all. Fairly good shape for the year. All the luggage is fully removable. I'll pull those off here in a second after I start it. It'll be a cold start, so I'll show you the choke and all that here shortly. On the left hand side here, there's a little bit of rash here on the saddlebag, you can see. Other than that, the hand grips have been replaced here this past year. The windshield doesn't have any scratches on it. It must have been replaced before I got it. Sorry about my handy video skills here. So there's the seats in really good shape. There's one little nick on the right hand side. You can see that in the picture. It's just been covered up there. I put a Shark audio system in it. You can see the two speakers. I do have the original speaker covers. There was no speakers with it, obviously, because it's not the Royale edition. The amp and everything is actually in this side pocket. Open her up here, you can see the amp in there, and you can plug just straight iPod in. It's got fairly good sound. It gets drowned out on the highway a little bit, but you could always put a set of earphones in also if you wanted to. There's the dash cluster, there's the kilometers. A little shaky. I'll fire it up here, you can see there's a warning light flashing that tells you that your kickstand's down, and then the two warning lights below it right here and there. That's your low oil sensor and your low brake fluid, but everything's topped up. I've checked all that. It's just the sensor and behind the dash. Those pins that I told you were rubbed off here. So I'll give her a start up. So it's just a rotate back for the choke. Start button on this side. I let her sit there and idle at about half choke right now. I clicked it back once she started up. As you can hear, it's not horribly loud, just kind of has a little bit of a thump to it. Seems to be a fairly smooth runner. Once she gets warm, it's about +5 out right now, so I mean it's cool. You can see those two lights are still on. Those will remain on, and your warning light will go off once you kick your kickstand up. Once you put this bike in gear, with the kickstand down, it'll actually kill the bike. So you actually have to make sure your kickstand's up all the time. The indicator lights up here, the high beam indicator. I don't know if you're able to see it, and this light comes on or off. Signal light indicators, they're working good. Horn. Let's rev her up, warm her up a bit. Mirrors are good shape. And just click her back there, and now she's in operating mode there. We'll just let her warm up a little bit more. The handlebars are adjustable up and down, and same with the ends. and you can see the spark plug wires in there. I replaced those last year with new spark plugs, just because the old ones are getting a little old. They hadn't been replaced. They're originals. If you look right here, here's your dampening adjustment for your suspension, and right here is where you fill up with your air for the rear suspension. And then up on the dash for the front suspension is actually right here, right beside the key. You pop that cap off. Headlight adjustment, here's the remote for the stereo. Inside this cover here on this side is where your coolant top-up is, and it's another storage compartment. Right here is your oil sight glass, right down here. So when you put it up on the center stand, you can get your oil level that way. Front tire, it's in good shape. You get a lot of life out of that one yet. Rear tire itself, it's not bad shape either. It's probably about 50% now that I look at it, or better. You can see it's charging good. You got a voltmeter on this side. Nice big comfy seat for your passenger or yourself. I'll pop the bags off here now. They're all keyed. The rear trunk just removes with a key on the back. You just pop her forward and she pops off. This is the way I usually ride it, because I always ride solo. Unless the wife's with me, and it sportens it up a little bit. Looks a little more sporty. The side saddlebags, they pop right off too. Give you a look inside them here first. It's inside the saddlebag, just the clamshell design. And to get these guys off, it's a key down here in front, and then they just slide back. And she pops off just like that. Other side's same idea. This accesses your brakes. On the other side you can access your final drive. It's a shaft drive motorcycle. That gives you an idea without the bags on her what she'll look like. Yeah, so as the paint peel and stuff like that, it doesn't affect anything obviously, but there's a little bit on the front fender. You can see the little bit of fade there. A little bit on the right hand side is where the worst of it is. Crash bars. The one signal light here does have a crack in it, as you can see there. But other than that, let me know what you think, Lyle, and we'll come up with a plan. Thanks.